InstaSnap, good morning. What's going on? 4 from 4 today. We're doing a mini lesson. Here we go. Super Kurak asks, if you came into $1 million suddenly, $1 million, what are you doing with it? I would like to make a little mini lesson out of this. And I would ask you watching this, if you came into $1 million, what would you do with it? Specifically, where would every single dollar go? Where would it go? At this point of the lesson, you need to take a break. Stop watching, don't watch the next snap. Go and get a pen and a paper and literally write down where every dollar would go. Okay, get the list and have a look. Have a look at the list. What have you got there? You could probably got cars, you might have houses, you might have quit the job. What have you got on the list? More specifically, how much do you have left of the million? Most people, when they do this, if they're really being honest with themselves, don't have anything left. In a hypothetical scenario where they come into $1 million, they've already spent the million before they ever get the million. And if this same consumerism mentality surfaces when we're talking about a hypothetical million, what do you think happens when you have a real world 1,000 a week coming in the form of your income? Where do you think your income goes? It goes in all the stuff. So not everyone, but many people have this idea in their mind that they want to get rich, they want money, that money is important to them. When the truth is that spending cash, blowing cash is important to them. They have their wires crossed just a little bit. They think that they want to make money and build wealth, but they don't have the habits and the value structure in place to actually make it happen. What they really want is to blow cash and live like a king. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't judge that. But you will frustrate yourself and you will live a life of very subtle desperation because you will have your wires crossed thinking you want something that really you don't. So if you take the same $1 million question and ask someone who legitimately and authentically has a very high value on building wealth and making money, they'll have a very unique answer. They will have it planned out to a T. Let me show you an example. Okay, this is the new Infinite Prosperity website, by the way. This is the beta version. Here in the Education Library, you have an asset allocation calculator. If you click into this, you will be able to download it right here. Down the bottom here, you have a variety of tabs. It's wise to go through left to right. This is your entire personal wealth map. So you might have a job, you could have a business, you could have a winning, you could come into $1 million. The first thing you want to talk about is tax allocation. Have you got to pay tax on that, motherfucker? It blows me away. How many people come into money through, sometimes it's an inheritance, a death in the family, or sometimes it's literally a winning, and they don't take the time to ask a professional, do you have to pay tax on this? Fuck, I got $1 million. I need to go and blow it as quick as I possibly fucking can. Golly gosh, chill out, take a breath. Go and speak to a chartered accountant who can help you. And then if you do have to pay tax, you need to find out the best way to structure it so you pay the littlest tax possible. So then after you know exactly what you're working with, you have an after-tax figure. That's what you want to put into your savings, livings, spendings, learnings, playings, and givings. You want to have percentages that govern where your money goes. The second tab is your prosperity tab. You want to take account of exactly what you're working with, your liquid assets, your weekly expenses, and your passive and passive income streams. You want to know exactly how many weeks you can buy forward and your passive income shortfall if there is one. Next one, my net worth. You want to do this. You want to take account of all of your assets and liabilities, what are liquid, what are non-liquid. If you've got any debts, you want to work out your net worth. At any point of any day, you should know exactly where you stand and what you're worth. Then you can go to saving and investing, and this will tell you exactly where to put your money. Starting with your total liquidity, got $1 million, the first thing you do is IT ratio. How much are you investing versus speculating? How much cash buffers are you going to have? How much are you going to put in passive investments, in which asset allocation split, and then how much are you going to speculate? The universe loves order and organization. The areas of your life that you have ordered and planned and you're masterful and you're grounded and you're balanced and you've put foresight into it, those areas will flourish in your life. It's wise to do this with your finances. This is why at Infinite Prosperity, we don't just teach fucking speculating. We don't just teach how to look at a chart and make some money. Golly gosh. You need to have order and organization in your finances if you really want to be successful in the long term. If you want to be a financial master, plan. So, in summary, what would you do if $1 million came into your life just like that? Most people will have a big list of cars and houses and travels and trips, the things that they can do with it. People who really have a high value on finance will have a list of investments. And because the question itself was aimed at me personally, this is what I would personally do. Firstly, if I had to pay tax, I'd run it through my investment company, which means I'd cap my tax 30%. 700 is left over after tax. I would then take 30 to blow, 70 to put into education, which leaves me with 600 remaining. I have an IT ratio at the moment of 8 to 2, which means 80-20 split. I would allocate $480,000 to my passive investments and $120,000 to my active speculations. Now, since the market is very high at the moment, I wouldn't just dump the 480 straight into my passive investment portfolio. I would scale it in over a period of about 4 years gradually by adding it to my time diversification strategy. Then the money that's sitting there, I would put in my mortgage offset account, which I have available to me. As for the 120 that I had allocated to speculative dealings, 90% of my speculations go into Forex, 10% are elsewhere, 90% goes into Forex. Of the 90%, I run a capital partitioning strategy because I can with Forex, about 1 to 4, so the majority of it would sit also in my mortgage offset. So if I came into the million tomorrow, I would book the meeting with my accountant to speak within 24 hours. I would have all the transfers done. I would have the systems in place. Within 48 hours, it would be good to go. The show goes on. Focus on the mission. If you don't have that kind of plan, you probably don't value making money as much as what you think you do. You probably don't value it that much. I hope that was beneficial and educational for you. If you enjoyed the lesson, do the swipe, press the button, whatever the fuck you do on this platform. Let me know you enjoyed it. Appreciate you watching. Ding! What you doing here, babe?
Just filming some video.
Which video are you filming today?
You'll have to subscribe to see.
Do you follow Robin on which platform?
YouTube.
You close your eyes.
$24 hours?